Hello, everyone, and welcome to our discussion. My name is Maimuna,
My name is Abdul.
My name is Ragad.
and we also have Anissa. Today, we are going to learn the impact climate change has on the soil microbial community. First, we want to give you some background on the soil microbes and their importance. You see these little organisms at the bottom highlighted? These are your soil microbes. Soil microbes are the microorganisms that live in the soil and are important in the transformation of soil. There are many different types of soil microbes, including bacteria, actinomycetes, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, algae, and more. Each of these microorganisms play a different role in the boosting of soil health. The soil microbiome's job is to govern biogeochemical cycling of macronutrients, micronutrients, and other elements vital for the growth of plants and animal life. There are many different types of biogeochemical cycles soil microorganisms are a part of, but here's the layout of one. According to the Washington Post, soil microbes help regulate our emotions and immune response. They also play a key role in determining the nutrient content of our food. However, without the proper carbon source for these microorganisms to get their energy from, soil microbes will not be able to carry out their functions and ultimately die off. Climate change, as many of you know, is a huge topic of discussion. What you may not know is that climate change can have both a positive and negative impact, not only on the soil microbial communities, but also the interactions between the different populations within the community.
Global change is changing species division and interact with organisms. Organisms live with thousands of other species, some useful, some infective, and some which have no effect in complex communities. Soil microbial organisms interact with each other like with the plants, animals, variety, and different structures. Plants' microbial connections are non-negative when the net effect of all organisms as well as pathogens. Cooperative mutualists, but connecting are known positive when the advantage made by the soil society improve plants functioning such as biomass production. Climate change modified the relation, profusion, and purpose of soil community because soil community elements vary in their functioning, temperature, sympathy, and growth rates. Global changes like warming are directly modifying microbial soil respiration rate because soil microorganisms and the methods they resolve are temperature sensitive. The role of high temperature in microbial metabolism has taken significant modern attention.
Now that you know a little bit more about what climate change can do to microbes, we can get into research and the experimental progress to get a better understanding. The current state of research pertaining to how microbes in the soil is affected by climate change is one that is a bit tricky to find due to the lack of experiments being carried out currently. The most recent experiments and their analysis on the matter were published between 2005 to 2011. The current state of research is based on an article published on February 17, 2020 by Yuting Lang and her colleagues. Yuting's article brings us up to date on how to read collected data from the experiments that's on here on the screen right here. That's showing how the different microbes in the soil can react to different temperatures. It was conducted a decade ago, and we can interpret it to fully further our research. They discovered in their research using microbial RNA genes that the change in climate reshapes the makeup of microbial communities in the soil. The experiment was carried out over 5 years ago, from 2006 to 2011. Their method of observing the activity of microbes in the presence of different temperatures was implemented by the planting of maize over once a year starting in 2006. Each plot was given the same treatment of fertilization and collected for analysis annually from August to September during this time period. There are still things about climate change and how they affect microbes in the soil that still remain unknown. But on the page here, it kind of just shows how um, the direct effects of climate change and the indirect effects of climate change can affect the communities and the soil. We hope to gain further knowledge through more research and experiments in the future.
It's truly important to take care of the soil microbiome as a whole. Currently, the news is covering sustainability with these microorganisms and how they could even help save the world. Gaia Herbs, as indicated on the right, discusses how soil health can combat climate change from the ground up, mentioning that if microorganisms carry out healthy activity, which is shown on the left, they will more easily be able to trap excess carbon that would contribute to climate change. The healthier these microbes get, the more they can capture the excess carbon. Similarly, the news media team at Cornell University, called Cornell Chronicle, also talked about the discovery of bacteria that fights off climate change and soil pollutants. This bacteria, named Madseniana, is a bacteria known for being able to degrade organic matter, including the cancer-causing chemicals that are released when coal, oil, and refuse are burned. Understanding how these microorganisms play an important role in soil health can hold the key to sustainability and the future of global climate.